Despite the sudden shift in reality that threatens to bring her to the garden, Mary continues chasing her monster. She is now actively, confidently looking for answers and tackling the problem head-on. When it comes around and pushes her out anyway, Mary runs around trying to get back, wanting to continue this conversation. Eventually, she comes across the floating mass of dark energy that inhabits the house, has a conversation, and ends up in a direct head-to-head meeting that drives her through all the memories of torment. In the midst of being re-immersed in the whole experience she's lived through, Mary finally hears the woman in white.
Hi, how are you? We're doing spooky stuff, so if you don't like being scared, you probably shouldn't stay here.
All here for you, Mary. Hold on. We've got you. Focus on my words. You need to slow down your breathing. That's fine. That's fine. You can do it. We won't let it overtake you, I promise. You've got us. Now in. Out.
Dun dun.
That's right. Good work, Mary. I'm gonna pull you out now. I've got you. We've got you. We're back in the garden. Am I okay now? For now. Thank you for helping me out with that. It wasn't just me. I have a lot of help. So I can hear you now and see them. You all broke through. You broke through. You just help. We don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to explain it as much as I can.
Heather, you dropped.
Power over this world that we know. You created it, Mary.
Did you glitch out?
You can shape it and change it to suit your needs. You can destroy it.
Just suddenly.
It's Justin Murray.
But you're not gonna help me?
We're doing spooky stuff, so like, if you don't like spooky stuff, you probably shouldn't be here.
I, anyone else, can only provide guidance. The first step is yours to take. Okay, tell me what I need to do. That entity you touched, the crawling violence, it's tied to your more turbulent emotions. The one that was whispered? Correct. I can't quite pinpoint its motivations, but I've come to understand that it holds a significant amount of power, even more than me. You describe it yourself, and it gets inside you and grows, building every time you ignore it. It comes out in these destructive ways you can't control, yes? It took you the day you arrived at that 1 October night. And today.
Dun.
This time, with a little help, you fought it and won. Right now, you have control over it. Okay, but how is that going to help me leave the house? Power is still built up inside you. You just pushed it back down temporarily. It's giving you a lot of energy to open the door, and now that you have control over the darkness, I think you can redirect its power and kind of control the beast. Like a bomb? Exactly. Yeah, but how do I make it do that? As little as you do on that end. We've never done this before.
Dun dun.
I'll help where I can, but remember, you have the power. Now take the darkness and luckily, see you very soon.
And as we see in the rest of the video, Mary does that. She takes the darkness, she takes its potency, its energy, and redirects it in the way it needed to go all along.
No. You're lying. Wrong. I saw them. They're
Dun-dun.
all crazy. I know. I'm not making it up. You're lying just like you're lying about everything else. Enough! Can you say anything else? You can't. All you do is ooze hatred. That's all there is to you. You just feed me lie after lie, and I fucking believe you. It's not. And I'm tired of hating myself. I'm tired of just sitting here and praying you'll just disappear and then that door will open. And all your shit gets exposed. And I'm fucking angry that you kept me blind for so long. It doesn't look like I care about anything you have to say anymore. Oh yeah? And like, you don't think? Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! I'm not letting you do this again.
Do.
I'm not your controlling. You're the one. And that scares you, huh? You're afraid of me? There's nothing to be afraid of. All that running you did earlier seems to make it up. You've run out of ways to hold on. You're looking pretty pathetic back in the corner. And you said it yourself. I made you. Right? I think it's time. You're naive. I'll always come back. I'll never get ready for that. Till you do something that's temporary. I don't think I'll tell you.
has withdrawn, Mary wakes up in the house, goes upstairs, and finds a rock from the garden. But even better, the door is finally open. Mary provides us with one last video on May 31st, 2020. Goodbye. A good goodbye. She gives herself some rest. She takes a shower. She looks at herself confidently in the mirror, tries on new clothes, puts on makeup. She gets a backpack ready to go outside for an extended period. And before going, she decides to pay some visits. One to the mirror monster, who's banished and replaced with her legitimate reflection, and one with a stocking figure in all black, promising that things are going to be easier. Then, a visit that nails down everything we've seen building. Outside, with us.
I don't feel like the same person I was yesterday. Something changed. I hope it's a good thing. I don't know if I even understand what the hell happened last night. It doesn't matter, though. The door is open. I'm not locked in anymore. And I have something I didn't have before, and it doesn't scare me like I thought it would. I'm not one for talking about myself. I think you all know that. But I think some thanks needs to be said. To all of you. You stayed with me even when I pushed you out, and I lost all faith in you. You didn't need to do that. You did. I don't think any of you realized just how much that meant. You didn't even need to do anything you couldn't have. What could you have done that I would have even listened to? I wasn't listening to anyone. You all broke through. And I can't thank you enough for that. She'll come back. I'm sure of it. Could be as soon as tomorrow. It's not going to be easy, but I'll be ready for her. I'm not running away and hiding anymore. I'm going to fight back. Even if it's just a little bit. And if you're trapped in a house of your own too, and you come across this video, I want you to fight too. I'll be fighting right there with you. I'm going to look for help. I can't do this alone as much as I'd like to think I can. I don't know where I'll go, but I'm not giving up. There's still a lot of unknowns. But for now, I'm going to operate with what I do know. My name is Mary, and right now, I am alive. And I'm not alone. And neither are you.
Mary goes to show us her moment of leaving the house through the door we've been focused on for so long. At the last moment, she hesitates, remembering something. The camera. Finally free, she shows her face in full, flashing a smile, lets us see one last statement to remember, and says goodbye.
Searching for a simple way to protect passwords and privileged accounts? Then this video was created for you.
There are those of you who know what this all meant by the end, and there are those of you who understand what it meant. The difference between knowing and understanding is experiencing, and those who understand recognize entirely what Mary has learned, because they had to learn it too. Some of you may still be learning it. Mary's monster is obvious to all by the end. It is depression, the deep, dark root of so many other problems that rose up throughout the house and locked the doors and windows. This whole project is the story of a person's journey surviving, fighting, and learning to understand and overcome depression and monsters of the mind, presented through a horror series. Depression, anxiety, mood disorders, self-image issues. They are hell. Everyone knows that, truly, and those who have experienced them or are going through them understand that. Where those who haven't been through it or reached Mary's stage don't understand, yet, is the most crucial lesson learned in the course of dealing with issues. It is a very tough one, especially because it's been said by people who haven't experienced it and are just repeating what they've heard or seen to be supportive, which can cause a disconnect between those on the path to understanding and those who have been there and learned it, but say the same thing. It also doesn't help that mental illness isn't something that's asked for or invited, so the final secret of treatment can seem counterintuitive, but survivors who make it and go on to help others make it all share and understand this undeniable fact. You will only ever be a prisoner to your mental illness for as long as you allow it. Without your active will to see it, acknowledge it, accept it, treat it, and own it, you will not overcome it. Half of the treatment is you. Over the course of Hi, I'm Mary, we've seen the stages and the habits. Trying to distract yourself, trying to cope, acknowledging something's wrong while just saying, yeah, I don't know why this is happening, and leaving it at that. Looking for surface-level inspirations to prop yourself up. Ignoring the deeper issue when you recognize there is one. Ignoring problems or hiding from them. Relying on a sudden break or whatever gives you a lift without confronting the problem. The symptoms of this sort of pain have been present. The behaviors of people who have been through this sort of hell have been present. And the journey and time span is believable. This was not a short series, not by a timetable. This was a project that had major gaps, occurred over years, and experienced sudden changes along the way in activity. And that's all part of the message. Depression, anxiety, self-esteem issues, none of it is something you just fight and win in one go. That's something Mary herself acknowledges at the end.
She'll come back. I'm sure of it. Could be as soon as tomorrow. It's not going to be easy, but I'll be ready for her. I'm not running away and hiding anymore. I'm going to fight back. Even if it's just a little bit.
This is one of the reasons the garden didn't last or truly work. To me, I see the garden as one or two things. Treatment for depression, including medication, or something big enough and accessible enough to constantly run to as a way of avoiding the feelings. We saw it ourselves. Even when Mary was content in the garden, she was not truly well. The problem wasn't confronted. And even if you're on medication that makes you feel like you have a garden, the work to take back your house is not done. You can suppress symptoms, but you still need to treat the source. The solution lies in the same one that Mary found. In the midst of an emotional storm, you have choices to make, even when you feel powerless. Your will, your ability to think and analyze realize and process what's going on and do something. To accept that you deserve better, right down to challenging the state you're in. That power is always there. This is the power Mary realized. She didn't have to sit there and just let a monster torment her the entire time. She could challenge it, analyze it, actually fight it with logic. Her breakthrough happened the same way a lot of people who come to this understanding finally see the lights. You catch your depression or anxiety in a lie. You fight long enough, survive long enough to see reality, and it exposes a mental illness for what it is. Inaccurate, heavy-handed, one-sided, illogical, and open to defeat. Sometimes that moment comes in therapy. Sometimes it comes in daily activity. Sometimes it just happens during a talk with a friend or family member. And sometimes it comes from a situation like the garden. Medication, or an experience or outlet in life that contradicts what the monsters tell you when they say there's no escape, or it'll never get better. Mary was terrified she was never going to get out of that house. But suddenly she finds an outside world she can go to at will. That was it. That was the contradictory evidence she needed to acknowledge that the house was not inescapable, that the monsters did not have total control. Where she went wrong was in becoming complacent when the feeling of torment suddenly stopped. She didn't pause to actually acknowledge that it wasn't a total unstoppable force. She didn't use her time in the garden to think, re-energize, and confront the evil. The woman in white existed there because she was the light of hope and reality that people in this situation find. And Mary didn't understand her at first because she didn't acknowledge the true meaning of the garden. It's also why the woman couldn't go with her at the end. You could call the woman in white a spirit of revelation on Mary's journey. It was only open to being heard once Mary caught the monster in a lie that shattered its hold over her. The final few seconds spent with Mary really captures the message to take away from this. Yes, she's better, and she's ready to go out. And she still has her depression, her self-esteem issues, her monsters. It's in her face as much a part of her as her veins. But she has taken control, and is doing everything in her power to recognize how strong and capable she really is. Even while on the other side of things, she's going to get help, continue to improve, and be ready to push back whenever the monsters return. Because they will. She knows they will, and they often do. But that's the thing about owning your home. You can always kick intruders right back out. I Mary Mary is an achievement. It opened strong, it continued strong, it acknowledged breaks, and those breaks worked entirely for the storytelling. It finished strong, and it had some of the best effects work in this whole field. A girl, a house, a camera, maybe a friend or two, and some effects work, and look what she achieved. Applause to you, Mary. Congratulations to you, and all those who helped you in this. Immense gratitude to you for your storytelling, your dedication, and your courage in telling.
Alright. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's find a good one.
Working on the 21 model year F-150, one thing we really got right was the interior. You can stow the shifter and use a full flat work surface to turn the cabin into a mobile office.
Shut up. Awful. Ford, stop trying to be unique. You're bad at it.
When I cause anything new, we're both knows on it.
Scary stuff.
Hey, don't worry. It's private. Well, before we wrap
This one's just for fun.
I think we all noticed it here. Recruits.
It's called the Gotcha
You
Man.
want to tell us anything about yourself?
Oh yeah, I'm Andrew. For me, well, I was fine. Same story I heard from you all. Of course, my father wasn't there that day, so I felt responsible. But not
Done.
It's just I shouldn't have opened the door. I shouldn't have opened the door.
I'm saying please.
Thanks.
We are so glad. Everyone, let's thank you. This is her. Thanks, Annie. Does anyone else have anything to share?
Yep.
Courage to take from him what he has taken from us. And I'm gonna kill him.
It's a good one, right? Shit. Done.
Dang, what was that one?
That's another one of their series. That's the vampire. It's Blood Drive.
Oh.
That's the name of the little short. Out of here. All right, let's see. Let's see.
Hey, McBride.
Oh. I gotta go to their actual thing. I hate going to their actual videos. Oops.
Catching up on sleep, McFry. He just got home earlier. Well, McFry, he was visiting his grandparents for a week.
I love two things. Eating high-quality cat food from Petco
Fucking damn it.
and the box it's delivered.
Dun dun dun!
Can you believe it's been 20 years? It smells the same. Oh my god, it literally does. I'm really embracing the whole nostalgia thing. I thought you'd be wearing yours. We should wear them in your email.
That accent.
What email?
Hello, everyone. Hi. Oh, good. Nice to see some of your faces here.
Is that Robbie? She's lost weight. I heard she was in rehab for self-harm.
Sharing stories and picking up where we left off.
Woo! Go Blobby!
So isn't it true a kid committed suicide here or something?
Yeah. Shelley Carter. She was a hockey scholarship student.
It's super rude. This is
She hung herself on her
a
graduation day.
really good series that's for free on
Go
YouTube.
to the bathroom.
Like, really good horror. Like, there's so much good horror available for free because not a lot of studios want to do it because they're probably not going to make money.
Cheers. Silent Shelley. You gonna say anything? Do you want to talk? You're hiding again. Do you ever speak? Go on, say something.
Oh, yeah.
Can you talk now? Huh?
She's going into the Chamber of Secrets.
Uh-oh. Say one word.
Shit.
Help!
Dun 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 dun.
Hello?
Excuse me while I get a popsicle.
Oh, come on!
What do you think? Next episode?
Watch new scary vids every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Do you mind checking Lauren? We have to go.
Sure. Like three tiny dogs. Okay. Anyway. Oh, I wonder if they're still in there.
So these were the mean girls, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, horror is about commentary. It's just ghoulish.
Nix, come on. Lauren? She's not here. Let's go. ID. What's that? Go ahead. Someone knows. Oh, fuck this! I'm getting to wait.
They did a pretty good job with her. I mean, I could show you some of their more incredible ones. This is one of their more lackluster character designs, but they did a really good job with the story. Hi! How are you? Hello! Welcome to the broadcast, Fanflyer. Doing horror. Spooky, spooky, scary, free on YouTube. You going to bed? Okay, don't forget to take your glasses off.
This is scarier than Carrie.
This CryptTV does a pretty fucking good job at what they do.
And Carrie started me as the
That's a
end.
good one. I shouldn't be on too much longer.
God's sake.
No. I'm a little bummed we didn't get more of those cauliflower games. Teriyaki. We can try the teriyaki next time. Well, like, I'm so used to them having the spicy buffalo, and like there was no spicy buffalo, which means like Robbinsdale's just bunk ass bullshit with their fucking stock. We gotta go check Maplewood now, and we gotta go check fucking Grizzly, because like swear to fuck, if they've got different stock like super hot sriracha, I'm being like, motherfucker. Yeah, no, fuck them. I know they do. That's exactly why they do it. Ugh. I'm gonna watch it. I don't need an advertisement for it. Only because I like James Gunn. And I think DC finally took the fucking hint. Dun-dun-dun. This is the last episode of season 1. So when this is done, I'll switch it to one of their more I'll switch to a different kind of one.
Time to pick up where we left off.
Dun 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 dun.
Celine, what the fuck are you doing? I saw you.
What?
I stood here 20 years ago.
They staged it to look like a suicide.
I told the teachers what I saw, but they didn't believe me. We had no choice but to deal with it ourselves. So here I am, dealing with it.
Fucking crazy! Hey, Heidi. You remember all these slasher films we grew up with? There was never just one killer, was there? Really hard to plan a reunion when you're dead.
Oh man.
We did it, Shelley. I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
There is a season 2 to that as well. See? Dun dun. But said I would do one that's a little more on brand with them. We're gonna pause. I'm gonna do the supercut because this one's just way easier.
What happened?
Baby, I'm so sorry. Madam, question me.
He's eating meat.
Yeah, eating a gun while
He's eating meat. Gotta survive.
Oh, you've done it now. You're hungry. There's no shame in that. But remember, there's a price to pay for eating flesh and its You belong to the Mordillo now. Here come the Emperor. Flesh.
This is what made me fall in love with CryptTV.
Time for the blood hunt.
come on, Dylan.
Dun, 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 dun. This guy just attacked these people so he could get some meat because he wants to be a Mordeo. See, he's in the Mordeo cult. Look at his face. Look at his mask. He's got a book. It's a take on the modern day Wendigo. Or, like, it's just a take. It's a modern day take on a Wendigo.
Deal with the book, Dad! The flesh! Change me! Change me! Please. Please make me. The off. Flesh. Oh shit.
What is it? Jen, what's the matter? Hey, slow down! Careful, careful! What's the damage? It's better than yesterday. Color's gone from cherry to gray. Nancy, I'm pretty sure we walked by that tree already today. Twice. This way. We need to pick up the pace. Broken ankle or not, I'm not spending another night in this forest. Maybe we should let someone else have a date. Fight me.
Dun dun.
Is that a threat, Nancy?
Showed the wound and
On my honor.
went from red to purple, and I was like,
Whatever.
that's worse.
Yeah,
Both heard
that was
that,
the... She was trying to make light of it being worse.
It sounds like a person. It is a person. Hurry. Be careful, Jen. We don't know what's... Holy shit. satanic voodoo. Modern art. They're kind of pretty.
Damn it, this wolf. Hello.
I wouldn't mess with any of
Are
that
you out
stuff.
of your mind, Psycho? Get that back! The goddamn needle is broken, Jen. No one of you been leading us in fucking circles. I know what I'm doing. I have my foot traveler badge and my cartography badge. Who gives a shit? Are you out of your mind? You're gonna get us all killed out here.
Yeah, she shouldn't have messed with that.
The needle was broken. It was a piece of shit. It was broken. But
No, God. What did you do? Wait, Jen, we gotta go. I'm not going anywhere with you. You stay away from you. Stay away from you. This Psycho.
yeah, they just showed that. So that was the guy that was attacked earlier, right? So because he lived,
Disgusting.
the Mordeo didn't turn him into a Mordeo, right? Because he survived. That's why, like, the first guy turned. It's called the Mordeo. M-O-D-E-R-O,
Yeah.
I want to say. Online horror series available at CryptTV on YouTube.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have done something.
Spectacular, though. I mean, really, like, well done, being that it's a YouTube-driven horror community.
Let's make a connection. Fuck off this one.
No, we don't know who's out there.
It's a girl. What if that Psycho got to her too? Hurry, get inside. You all right? You're one of those missing Mohawk girls, aren't you? How long have you been out there?
Just sing them. Just a little fuck with the damn message.
I walked in there. What did you say? It's okay.
Christ!
Dan, are you all right?
I think.
Just hold on, babe. Just hold on.
He toast.
Well, he drowned in his own blood.
Yep, he toast. Oh, I'm cracking all over the damn place.
Straighten out your back.
No, my feet, ankles, and knees. Oh, and my hips. My hip cracked, and I was like, oh. Okay.
Whoa.
What?
Oh.
Stay back.
Well, you need to leave that church.
Like, right as I was leaving, like, one of my friends' houses, I was listening to their parents talk about the fact that they had a bunch of squatters that just broke into their house in North Minneapolis, and they had to go, like, leave, like, right after we left so they could deal with the squatters that had just broken into their mom, my friend's grandparents' house. It's like, what? It's the motherfucking King Rodeo. sure.
God, thank God.
What's giving you some trouble, miss?
My husband, Psycho. There's something horrible in these woods. Thank God you're here.
God. God can't help you now.
You.
You belong to the Mordeo now.
Bum, 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 bum.
Why would she?
Because she was in the area.
But she didn't kill anybody, did she?
Nope.
So I mean,
Belonged in the sense that he was gonna eat her. Eat her food. Motherfucking. Oh. That symbol's important on his wrist.
Watch new vids every Monday, Wednesday,
So-
and Friday.
The symbol on his wrist is dedicated back to a specific series on CryptTV called the Sunny Family Cult, which has to do with a lot of the precedent for their like expanded monsterverse, because they have an expanded monsterverse. All of their videos take place in the same universe, so all of the monsters could interact with each other if like it lined up that way, right? And so it's just a thing. But that's the Sunny Family Cult, which is like awesome. I love the Sunny Family Cult.
My 12-year-old cousin lost her life in my bed.
Oh, this is the reading. I don't want the readings.
I don't know how to tell them off.
There's Sunny Family Cult. Radar. Stoneheart's also a trip. To Little Mermaid. Under the Sea.
that's my mom's favorite Disney movie.
Oh, then she should definitely never watch this. A real live mermaid. A genuine mermaid.
Oh, a freak show.
Ugh. You want fish?
Okay, feeling Texas.
Well, you're gonna have chills after this one.
Well, somebody brought their baby with them?
It's a freak show.
Well, yeah, they had.
It was entertainment.
Well, that is also how people who were in the freak shows, that was how they made their living.
Well, I know that there are still active freak shows to this day, because I've been to one, and it was awesome.
Oh, they still do.
They had a little person, escape artist. They had a human torso. He was just a torso. He didn't have legs, and he also did a bunch of like mind over matter pain stuff, like walking across nails with his hands, because that's the only way he can walk. It was pretty cool.
Does he have a head?
No,
Okay, that's what I'm trying to comprehend.
no, he had a head. Of course, he had a head. He just didn't have legs.
Okay. The torso.
Yeah, torso up. That was it. It's an interesting guy, cool guy. They had a number of other things. They had a bunch of cool shit. I sound like Nuke Norway. Do I have a head cold or something? I was on one. I was actually in one of his videos. Funny enough, there's a video where he did the suitors from the Amnesia game series as an Omegle prank, and that, yeah, funny enough. Yeah, that's me. That was me. It was me when I was like
KML.
18 or 19. I'm gonna pull it up. Give me a sec. Maple scare. Sure, I spelled that wrong, so we'll try. Hello. This one's gonna get Heather.
Tyler Oakley.
That's not Tyler Oakley.
That is definitely not Tyler Oakley.
Sorry. Hello, peoples. This is totally not Tyler Oakley.
Totally not Tyler Oakley.
And this is another Maple Scare video, this time featuring the Amnesia character, the Suitor. There's actually 3 suitors in the game, but they all look kind of the same, so take a pick. This is one of them. Anyway, it's Skirt time!
God, I didn't have my chest tattoo
Yeah,
yet.
what? Make that
weird.
takeoff hand gesture again.
What year was this?
I think I was 19.
Trying to troll me, will you? Sorry, sir, it doesn't work that way.
So, 8 years ago? It was 8 years ago. 2013?
Whoa, hello, half-naked girl.
You can see my scythe and clock tattoo clear as day in this video. It's pretty funny. But that is definitely me.
What are you talking about?
Hi, Tim.
I don't know, I think no
He's wearing sunglasses and the
Which one's me? The one
the
that's
one on the
scared.
right.
Alright, I quit. I just quit. No more. No.
Hi, man. How are things?
I missed my red hair.
Yeah, well, why do you have to make such an angry face? What?
My anal beads.
That scared me more than should have.
What kind of weird Batman party is this?
The gay one. Oh my god, you're from
It is a weird gay Batman party.
It's Gotham City
Who
Impossible.
is that?
It's a weird gay Batman party.
New Norway.
Nuh-uh. You know, are you gonna put me on YouTube?
Yes, I'm gonna call this gay Batman party video.
Look at New Norway.
Do it.
New Norway.
Do it.
Is that New Norway?
Sounds like it.
Holy fuck, it is.
I'm wearing his underwear.
Wait.
Wait, can I show you your face without the mask when I put it on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay. Gay Batman unmasked.
Have a gay Batman party. We have one more party.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
You want to
You guys
go to the gay
obviously aren't
Batman?
gay. Just,
I would
not
like
that
to
there's
be on
anything wrong with that, but you aren't gonna sit around shirtless with a bunch of guys.
Literally, put it on YouTube. The best gay Batman party of the year. Yeah, do that. Make the title that.
I'm gonna put that.
Oh god.
I know. Oh my god. It got even worse, didn't it? Okay. That's a weird reaction. Okay, that was the intention.
I'm so confused. Oh god, not again!
Again? You're such good reactions, I can't resist.
I was ready for it, I swear to god.
Hey,
It was
I had to
the
get
way.
your attention. Sorry.
No.
Thanks for watching the video, and if you liked it, please like, favorite, and comment. Maybe even share it.
He was wearing a Zodiac symbol on his shirt. I don't know which one it is.
Nah, I wasn't looking. But yeah, no, yeah. I was on a Nuke Norway video once. Good times. You used to be able to send him, like, a message and be like, hey, I'm interested in giving you, like, free videos so that way you can do it. And then he would eventually create the little, like, jump scare, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But, like, yeah. I just felt really honored that he did it. Like, he took mine. Like, because he had to have had so many applications and so many other people that he could have picked. So I was just happy that he picked this all. I would show face, but the thing is, like, I'm totally not wearing a shirt right now. Which would kind of help the argument, too, as well, because you'd see both of my shoulder tattoos simultaneously the way that you would in the video. Like, I got my chest piece the year after that. But yeah, that was a long time ago.
It doesn't feel like it.
8 years is a long time. And it feels like 8 years, to be fair. For me, at least. Because, like, for the last 8 years, I have had a shit show of life. So, to be fair, it's felt like 8 years to me. It's felt like 16. Oh, I can't even remember how many times I've moved. Like, what kind of anime person am I right now? In what context? Because this is an original that I made. And it's either a demon or a goat, depending on how you look at it.
Oh, and our female goat is pregnant again.
Completely original I made, yep. Wait, what?
Our goat is pregnant again.
More goats. My guppies just gave birth today.
Oh.
Now I have a bunch of baby guppies swimming around in my tank. I'm really excited. I hope they grow to full size and Mom doesn't eat them.
Well, I've heard of mice doing that with their young. So.
Well, guppies do that for sure. But we also, we are getting a few more terrariums here soon because people just... I don't want this lizard anymore, so I rehomed the lizard and now I still have this fucking tank. Gabby, do you want it? And Gabby's like, sure. And so now we're getting, I think, 3 more fucking tanks. We have one it's got nothing in it yet. But we found out that it's the perfect size for a pet that Gabby and I both kind of like. We're going to turn it into an arboreal terrarium, meaning that it'll be like trees, like up in the trees. And we're going to get what's called a crested gecko. It's also known as the eyelash gecko. I'm going to pull up a picture, don't worry. Fuck.
Oh. They're selling at PetSmart?
Oh yeah, they sell them everywhere. Oh, okay. What anime shows do I like to watch? Personal favorites include One Piece. I have a One Piece tattoo, in fact. Dragon Ball Super, of course. Inuyasha, like Yu Yu Hakusho, Detective Cohen. I haven't gotten the chance to actually sit down and watch Demon Slayer, so I can't form an opinion of it. But if it's anything along the lines of like Hunter x Hunter, I'm probably gonna love it. But I'm getting one of these. Gabby and I are gonna get one of these, and it's got little eyelashes. Look at that. They're so cute. Gabby wants to get something else though. Gabby is like I said, we're getting 3 goddamn fucking tanks. And Gabby is getting something real cool. She's gonna get some form of corn snake. Ta-da! She's getting one of these. Wrap around her hand, let it she's gonna have a snake companion that she sits around with all day. I'm like, yes, be my snake queen. But I mean, yeah, we've got a lot of animals actually. We kind of have a problem. Like I had to give Nibbler a bath today, and
how did that go over?
He peed. He peed himself in the bathtub, but we got him clean, and now he's forgiven me now.
I've never
Super
heard of
soft.
the reaction.
It's extremely common. It's common with any animal because if they don't know what to do, you just pee yourself. Have you ever thought about like when characters pee themselves in movies?
Yeah.
Because they're scared. It's a totally normal reaction.
Well, cats don't like water as well. They can't dry off as easy as.
Again, it just takes a long time.
Well, that's why they.
And most cats actually do like water. Like big cats love water. Tigers are really good
not
swimmers.
So much.
Lions don't have water to swim in. You gonna swim around crocodiles? Crocodiles totally murk fucking lions all the time. Lions aren't going swimming. Here's the thing. Jaguars go swimming, and jaguars hunt caiman, but jaguars live in the jungle.
Now, there was one instance that was caught on camera where a lioness did go into the water.
To get a young gator. I mean, if they're hungry, they're going to go for it.
Actually, one of the cubs
it's dangerous.
and was taken by one.
No, that's even worse. That's horrible. I've seen them take them out of the water, but I mean, only when they're little.
Yeah, my mom couldn't watch something like that. It bothers her.
I got one then. Gotta go to YouTube though.
Yeah, I was thinking this. Oh, it's hilarious.
Go away, commercials. Listen to Earth.
I'm your host with the most big show, guys. We're going to be checking out some animals today. Roll the footage, man. Let me see what we got up here. Looking at rams and elephants.
Gosh.
Just some old ancient that the Rams did in 1800s, you know what I'm saying? Food toughness in order to gain the stability. Oh, he double teaming his ass. That must be his son or something. Supposed to be one-on-one fights. They done doubled his ass up. I never understood Rams.
Oh wait, I know what you're gonna. I just clicked on this.
There's a cat that it's a snow leopard, and they just fall forever and don't die.
It's real cold up in here right now. Check this out. Them seals?
No,
Like the seals or
Then walruses.
Okay, walruses. But see, seals don't
although I do think that this part
Hold on,
was pretty cool.
Wait a minute. There's too many of them. We're gonna get one of y'all. If I was one of the walruses, I'm jumping right in the middle. So I'll be the last he gonna get. See, you on the outside, he's gonna get you. What you thought? Jump back ass in the middle. Oh, that's up. And ain't nobody holding him up. He jabbed him in the back with them long ass teeth. They ain't doing okay. Let me go. Get swim. This is a dumbass polar bear. He can't even get you. You gotta get the lane. You can't find that's the toughest one he's trying to fight with. Oh, see, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Help him out. Help your homie out. Stab them with them long ass teeth.
It just takes a while to get where they need to go.
It's gonna get real cold up in here.
Yeah, they're just big and heavy. Yeah, watch that snow leopard.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't know what. Oh, this is in trouble. Oh wait, you ain't getting away from him, nephew. No. Down the hill he go. Oh man.
No. Down the hill he go.
Oh, jump. Run. Oh, he got him by his hind leg. Now what he finna do now? He got away. To the water he go. Swim. What kind of animal was that though? Is that a leopard and a cheetah? Lynx. I say albino. Y'all made that chest for y'all. Come on, man. Come on. What it do is your boy Big Snoop Dogg. Hey, let's look at another animal. These are
Oh, this one. Wow.
don't look like. Oh my God, that's a crocodile. That's why we can't look how they stand up on their toes. Like, we gotta get up out of here, cuz. Come on.
We gotta go. It's time to get out of here.
Oh wow, they going head up with him?
I
They
know.
ain't scared of him. What is these animals? They're the ones that eat snakes, son. Is them mongooses? Oh wow, it's about 12 of them. Cuz they didn't back the gator up. I ain't never seen a gator get punked by no mongooses in a tree.
Me
Yeah,
neither.
yeah, back up, boy. Yeah. We them boys. Hey, hold on. We them boys. Hey, it's your
It had to be a mongoose.
Let's check out some
Tough
videos.
No, it's a type of otter.
Here we are.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a
Well,
type
there
of
was
otter.
this one otter that attacked.
Otters and mongoose are in the same family.
They
So
are.
That's a squirrel.
they're also in the same family, if I'm not mistaken, with raccoons and red pandas too.
Run up the tree. Now he's gonna really get his nut on.
Pretty cool.
Let's see what he's doing now. She's like, where your nuts
I
at?
think there are ferrets in that family.
Is that a squirrel eater?
Badgers are in that
What
family.
is squirrel? What is that animal called? Because they over there having sex games with the food fast.
I don't know what's coming up.
AK-47. Quick draw will grow on. Oh wow, that's gonna be scary. Is he
Fucking-
going in their house to get their babies?
Wolverine.
What's going on? Oh, cuz that's sad, man. If they didn't went in and stole the baby while they was out screwing. Wow, that just goes to show that you can't leave your babies at home unprotected while you're having unprotected sex. Oh yeah, it's gonna get real cold up in here right now. Check this out. Okay, what is this? This is a seal. What is he doing acting like a dolphin? He's either gonna keep jumping or something's gonna jump out the water and jump his ass in the in.
They will flip their
There he goes.
they will flip their leg when they want food. I saw that at SeaWorld.
That's a whale or a shark?
It's a great white. It has to
That's
be.
a great white.
Is that a shark?
They're huge.
They're massive.
He didn't even chew. He just swallowed. That's the whole blood.
There was one that was a female, and there was a caged diver in it,
I'm your host with the most
and I was like,
basic
he's
drugs.
pretty big. And of course, I thought she was pregnant.
No, she's just big.
Crocodile.
Well, they
Here's
did say
something
she
cool
was.
about sharks. They give live birth.
Yes, and they did say
They're also
that female
warm-blooded.
was pregnant, and that is.
To a shark, everything is prey. It eats everything. It does not give a fuck. It's a shark.
Dumbass boy, that's what I want.
Come on.
They just dumb as a drinking out of crocodile lake. Eat his ass up.
Well, they're usually in power numbers, but one of them is going to take a chance with one. It just takes one.
Yeah, it does.
It's also why
super dangerous.
that's also why zebras and other animals have those patterns to make them look bigger.
As you see right here, we have a what is that, a pigeon?
What is that, a pigeon?
Oh, they all got two birds. They circling the goat.
Caribou.
Get out of here. He ain't got nowhere to hide.
I think it's reindeer.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, it's reindeer.
They chasing him, cuz. Oh, no, he can't get away. He got those moves. Jerk, jump, dip, slip. He's running from a bird, God. I hope that bird catches him.
Wow.
That was running home. He was running like Hotel on the Earth commercial through the airport. I'm your host with the most big Snoop Dogg. We're going to be checking out some animals today. Roll the footage, man. Let me see what we got up here. Mobbing with some chimpanzees and some bamboos or whatever.
Those are the kind that take your stuff when you're in Thailand or anywhere.
I want to get my feet in some water. I got some socks I just put on like this right here. Damn it. My feet cold. I got to hold this big head ass baby and walk through here. Cold as a man. That was money. Yeah, man. Say, where my bitches at, huh? Where my money, huh? Where my money at, man? Hey. It's your boy, Big Snoop Dogg. Let's look at some animals. we got flamingos, right? Give me flamingos. I know what flamingos is. Because they pink. This is what's wrong with him?
They're crap.
Oh,
Smell
no,
so bad.
They're awful.
Camouflage.
They're
Yeah.
awful. They're terrible fucking animals. They're so stupid.
Because I smelled it at the Ashburn Zoo. That's awesome stuff. That's where I saw
Oh, that's cool. He go.
a polar bear
He
show
go.
off
He can't fly.
swimming and jumping and
His
swimming.
ass falling. He falling
He
real
was
bad.
huge.
Oh, look at this. Oh,
That,
oh. You better keep it moving, cuz you clap.
that might be a secret.
He got walked down by a gator.
There are a lot of them in Florida. I saw
yeah.
one of them legal.
Hey, what up, though? It's your nature guy, Snoop. Roll the tape. Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
What you doing? Oh, no, cuz this nigga is
He's owning the emperor people.
He's raping it.
He went Bill Cosby on it, cuz. Look at
Is that a seal?
That's something they do.
Is that
Yeah.
sea lion?
Yeah, it's a sea lion.
Look at this. Bring that one back for me, cuz. He didn't win him.
There's sea lion and then there's seals. Seals,
Look at
look,
the sea
Man, get
lion.
off me, man. Get off me, man.
those are, I saw a slimmer version of those at SeaWorld, and I saw,
You see sea lions all the time in California on the coast.
well,
they're
that was the
everywhere.
time when I saw that, and there was a mother and baby, and the baby was making sounds to it. Mom making sounds to the
They
baby.
never shut the fuck up. They're awful. They're terrible.
And
Just don't shut up.
I just saw the love between that mother and baby. And then when one of the males was being territorial, that mother got up and shielded her baby. We saw nature in action. It was awesome. I actually got on my camcorder. That was a sweet moment between mom and baby.
Mammals take care of their young. That is why humans take care of their young. Sometimes mammals don't take care of their young. And then it's
They
really,
reject them.
really, really scary and really, really wrong and really not okay.
But thankfully, there
So-
are animal surrogates as mothers. Animal.
Yep.
But yeah, the otter and the snapping turtle, that one took me away.
Yeah, no. Snapping turtles are mean. But
No,
otters,
no, actually-
otters just kind of wear them out and crack them open with their rocks.
Well, I think that one snapping turtle already had an injury and was already vulnerable.
Probably.
And I was like, he's even alive. I was like, wow.
Otters are fucking cool as fuck.
I did feel sorry for the turtle because you cannot hear it. They don't make really any sound.
No, they're a turtle.
I know that's what
They do make a sound. It's this really forced and expressed sound of air just passing
Yeah, it's
through
just
their
air.
throat. Like,
We added a lot of smart
We get it
features to the
for-
F-150, like a tailgate that doubles as a workbench.
my
fucking
stepdad
real.
has one.
Found on road dead. Fixed it on a regular. What the fuck was it? Fucked over rebuilt Dodge. Ugh. Look at this little guy. Fucking dogs. They're so cute.
They are.
But yeah, no, they just do their thing. This is nature this is nature.
But I just
and
never
yes.
seen or knew that they would go after turtles. And I grew up on Animal Planet, so.
Well, Animal Planet is barely even like
Well, for the time when I was watching it,
but it hasn't ever been accurate. Like once. Like outdated data being used in a lot of their programs. And then they were forced into this. It's really sad what happened to Animal Planet. If they had just kept going, it would have been amazing, and it would have kept true to itself.
I remember when Stephen Irwin and Jennifer Corwin were basically owning the Animal
Which, I mean, if you think back to Animal Planet at that time, it was the only accurate, still to this day accurate show about animals and life. And nearly everything else has just been sensationals
Yeah.
or like
And
wildly outdated information.
Planet.
Yeah, look at him. He just works his ass. Yeah, I believe an otter to do this. Otters are mean some bitches. I don't think you understand how mean an otter can be.
I never seen one in its own nature, in its habitat. That's
Have you ever seen it at the zoo and how they feed them?
Honestly, I never did. I didn't even see otters at SeaWorld. They didn't really have them on display. Well, not display, but... Well, I know that...
Watch this. Okay. I can't open this clam, so I'm going to grab my little rock that's my favorite rock, and I'm going to crack it open by smacking it. They have little rocks. They keep them under their armpit in a little pocket. That's their favorite rock, and that's their tool, and they use it to crack open things, and they use it to break things. See? Just broke open that clamshell. Isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
Otters are cool as fuck. Like, not my favorite mammal, but up there, because they're cute as hell. It's
And
so
I
cute.
remember a
Love 'em.
video from the Vancouver Zoo that was trending back late 2000s of an otter holding hands, but that's actually a way of survival so they won't lose the other. Although it was quick when they got separated and they were put together, they were one reached out hand.
On cold, windy days, the beavers stay at home, but beavers are not mammals. They do not hibernate. Hunger keeps driving them out into the cold.
I found out that one of my favorite beaches has a beaver dam directly across from it, and apparently the beaver screams at people. It comes up and screams at you if you go near its dam. It won't go near the beach, but if you go near the dam, it will yell at you.
Well, that's their work.
It's their home. But yeah, it's really funny. They go, ah!
The only large rodents we've ever seen are often groundhogs, and they're kind of in the middle of like bypasses.
Yeah, that sounds like groundhog.
Yeah, we've seen
Yeah, like groundhogs and probably like what, chipmunks?
chipmunks, squirrel. We do see the occasional white squirrel.
Bunny?
Actually, we kind of have a cottontail family out there.
Yeah, see, okay, you've got a fair amount of rodents. I don't think you get that. Like, you got a lot of rodents there.
Oh, I mean a large one.
Like, what do you consider a large one?
The groundhog is pretty larger than a rabbit.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, we got beavers. They do that. We don't have otters, but we do have beavers. Look at this guy.
Particularly fast, but now they really take their time.
Let's see.
We even get deer. Obviously.
Yeah, we have
Pure joy.
we have deer.
I would
all
like
over
to
the place
know
around here.
if there's a way we can have like a film camera outside just to see what I'll crawl through at night.
Be careful what you wish for. You might find Bigfoot.
My stepfather's into that stuff.
I was making a very, very bad joke at Monster Hunters because you ever watched Monster Hunters?
I think I have.
Like
It's a
every single episode, I swear to God, they're like, "Hey, and this was captured on a deer cam." And you're like, "What the fuck? What does that have to do with anything?" Pretty funny.
There's this man in Pennsylvania that has a field camera.
But I mean, like, we have raccoons, we have possum.
We have possum. The coyote can come across.
Yeah, we have Yodi.
And
Nope.
then the rare occasion of a black bear can be sighted. The last time it was seen downtown, it made the front page of the local newspaper.
Yeah, we don't have that because I'm in the city. Bears don't tend to go in the city, so I'm happy I don't have to deal with bear.
And when it did, that was 20 years ago. And I remember it was on the front page, and everybody was talking about it. You see that bear? Because my great-grandmother took the car to get it changed. They are just amazing.
Is my favorite animal.
It solved a Rubik's Cube.
Yep.
I was wondering, it's painted? No, the human just made them do that. It didn't do that to someone. Well, that's nuts.
See, here's the thing. Almost their entire body is their brain. It's like all of its legs are cortexes. Part of its brain. It has its brain wraps around its eating tube. It's insane. It's insane how an octopus lives. It's got 3 hearts. Okay? They have a beak. And the thing is if their beak fits, they fit. And they can change, by changing and applying different pressure all around their body, they can open these small little color pockets in their skin. So they can change in color and like camouflage. And yeah, do all sorts of crazy shit.
Was a male octopus, and generally in the wild they would go searching for mates looking for a nice lady friend.
Some will, even if you hold out your hand,
They'll climb onto you. You don't want that to happen because they're tasting you. They taste with their suction
there's
cups.
some people that have an octopus as a pet. And
They're notoriously difficult pets. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I've looked into it because I want one, but they are notoriously difficult. It is way easier to keep a squid or a jellyfish, which I'm also considering because jellyfish make great pets. Minus the fact that if you touch them, you will die. But I mean, in that regard, it's no different than a lionfish.
They will die.
Yeah, in some cases, yes, because jellyfish are scary.
Well, some are worse than others.
And you can get stingerless ones, that's true, and those are fine and they exist, but it's not nearly as impressive as the stingered ones, because the stinger ones don't have brains. They have 24 eyes that face inside themselves, giving a perfect 360-degree vision.
Oh.
They can hunt and have neurons throughout their entire core being, and most of them, when they die, they reproduce at the same time by, like, collapsing on themselves into spores. No, they're biologically immortal is what the official term is. Like, jellyfish are insanely fucking cool, and nobody talks about it.
Now, I just wonder how true of the Prevagen stuff is. You know, there's advertisements like, what if you unlock memory from a jellyfish? Like, it helps people that are suffering from early onset dementia or help improve memory. But the thing is, that could be a scam.
No, they're using it to try to find a way to apply the neurotoxin that the box jellyfish produces as a way to create a natural opioid that doesn't rely on opium, because it affects it specifically. It's the design of the poison used by the box jellyfish is perfectly adapted to one type of creature: vertebrates. If you have a spine, it works. If you don't have a spine, it's nothing. It does not phase you because it's not how it works. And like, it is so cool that this is how they've like designed a perfect method of killing and hunting, because they're predators. They basically wait for fish to swim through their tentacle or their tendrils, and then when the fish die immediately, they float up and the jellyfish eats them by dissolving them in its bell cap.
Although the irukandji jellyfish, if you get stuff like, you feel so bad that, yeah.
Nearly every jellyfish is like ridiculous like that, but there are a bunch of weird jellyfish that don't sting.
Well, the Portuguese man warns that...
Yep, they can change color. Do you see how they float upside down in a lot of like ways? So the reason why is because as they sting, they float down first, and as it warms up, you float up. But in the ocean, you just float down. So they just sting, you float down into their bell, and they eat you. Yep. Numbering in the millions. They can actually do that. Yep, repair themselves. And yep, some are known as immortals.
The Portuguese man of war can sting even when it's dead. Is that a jellyfish?
Yeah, it is.
A type of it.
No, it is the largest breed of jellyfish. Fun fact. Nope.
My little sister... what is that thing? Yeah,
there it is, Portuguese man of war.
I never saw one at the Arctic personally, but there's some, I think August or July is, like where they have the jellyfish blooms, and my little sister got stung by little bitty ones. It wasn't bad, but it bothered her. But they were very tiny.
I want one so bad. Ah, they're so fucking cool. Ugh. Why do you do this to me, Heather? Why would you bring this up? I love jellyfish. I love weird shit like this. Like, here's another weird one.
What is that thing that...
You want nightmares? Let's talk about nightmares. You want to see?
Oh, Bob, I've heard of these.
They're beautiful. Check this shit out.
Thalassophobia is the intense fear of the sea, and for many, the bobbit worm is the
Look at that thing. It's iridescent.
These horrifying marine worms have razor-sharp jaws that can snap their prey in half like twigs.
They're sea bugs.
Them down into their
Yeah.
hellish burrows.
Well, they're sea worms.
Bobbit worm
Oh,
is
hi, Mom.
pure nightmare fuel.
They are immune to the poison of lionfish, by the way. So that's like when lionfish get too close, thinking they're gonna get like an actual worm. Like, nope.
Bobbit worms are some of the most amazing, beautiful, and
No.
universal worms in the world.
Look at this thing.
Oh,
Isn't that super cool? They're super trippy
it
looking.
reminds me of a millionaire. I don't like thinking of that.
Yeah, bobbit worms
2017
are pretty
Webster
crazy.
Bryan Armstrong.
Moray eels aren't much better. Let's do something fun.
Oh, yeah.
Fine, I guess. Mantis shrimp, that was the one I was looking for. No, one. Come on, computer. Keep up. There we go.
Despite being only 6 inches long,
Look at this thing.
pound for pound, he packs the
Look at this guy.
in the natural world.
This fucking guy.
Peacock mantis shrimp.
Look how pretty he is. Like, this is why I love sea life, too. I love sea life. I really want a saltwater tank. I just need to get better with keeping a regular tank first.
This guy's biggest problem right now is real estate. There are more shrimps here than there are crannies for them to claim. In a hot market, you have to move fast.
Sweat.
All that activity works up an appetite. Time to bring out the big guns.
Look at this guy. Look at him. Gotta go fast. Look at this thing.
With the most sophisticated vision of any predator on Earth, and the fastest strike.
He has trinocular vision.
And together, to better
He uses
target
3
his
separate pupils to piece together the images around him.
these eyes
Each
are
eye,
more
3 pupils.
and
It's insane. I love these things. I love sea life. Sea life is just so fucking cool.
He closes in on his target.
Look at this guy. Look at me. I'm stupid. I got a shell. I think it makes me safe. Look at me. Here I go. I'm fine. Yeah, everything's good. Stupid fucking hermit crab. Hello.
Unloads the ace up his sleeve.
Knock, knock, neighbor.
Hammer claws. His spring-loaded clubs strike 50 times faster than we can blink.
Look at that. Bam. Right in there.
You know,
Cracked open the outer shell, too.
yes.
Yeah, they punch.
Water reaches the temperature of the
They're
surface
super
of the
pretty.
sun.
Yeah, they're very colorful.
You heard that right.
They create a little air pocket that's 3 times the temperature of the sun
This crab
when they hit.
is toast.
Just so you know, that's what he had
How
said.
would that feel on us?
Nothing. Literally nothing. It's so fast and so hot and so quick. It's just the kinetic energy itself. That's the only way they can really describe it. It's just that snap of the kinetic energy. It's like when you snap your fingers, you technically break the sound barrier.
Now, I've seen illustrations of viperfish, but never video of viperfish.
Oh, viperfish. Okay. Yeah. Fuck yeah. I saw one of these earlier today. They had one on sale. Oh, not viperfish. What the fuck am I thinking?
Alligator?
Something.
21 model year F-150.
No, it was
360 degree zone lighting. Where you can
it's a type of pike that you can get as a pet. They're really cool. They like
Are deep sea
it's like
fish with long
viper
beaks,
tail.
fangs, and hinged lower jaws. Their size varies by species,
Dumb
but
as
they
hell.
typically grow around 1 foot
Look at this thing.
With their huge teeth that help them to grab hold of prey.
Their heads are very
viperfish
long.
are
They just look like
ocean
stupid moray
species
eels.
predators. They are thought to swim to their victims at high speeds and quickly impale them with their teeth. Their teeth are so big that they do not.
Yeah, they don't even fit in their head. They have like
Instead,
pockets.
They curve back very close to their eyes. These fish lack scales and are rarely seen by humans. Although specimens
Yeah, I don't think
They're
you can have
in the
this as
deep
a
dark.
pet.
deep water
Yeah, you couldn't have this as a
One of
pet.
the
Deep
most
dark is so
described species
blasé.
is smallmouth
What?
viperfish,
It's
and
so.
they typically
meh.
live at depths of 660
scary.
to over 9,000 feet deep in tropical and temperate waters
Okay.
all around the world.
Deep dark is cool. Abyssal is cool, and you get some really interesting life down there. I'm not going to dispute that.
Shallower depths at night to feed.
But if you want to go that route, then
There are
like
many different species of mesopelagic fish and crustaceans. They are covered in light-producing organs called photophores. Some of the light organs are
I don't have my
large
phone.
on the
I
sides
can't.
of their body. It is believed
Yeah,
that
the reason why
photophores
sharks get
attract
creepier the
prey
deeper you
and
go is another good
Oh,
one.
yeah. Well, a lot of things get really
Since food
weird.
can be scarce,
Everything gets weird because of the pressure.
viperfish have a very low basal
Like
metabolic rate,
blobfish.
which allows them to go for many days without food. Fish like orange roughy and some shark species prey on them. They are thought to live around 30 years in the wild. They are sometimes infected by deep-sea parasites. Viperfish are unable to survive in captivity. Very little is known about their reproductive habits. It is believed that they are external.
The only
spawners,
illustration I've seen of
meaning
a
that
viperfish
females
that
release eggs into the
it was
water
enough
to be
book
fertilized.
knowledge.
For more marine
These
facts,
ultimate encyclopedias
please
for
subscribe.
like young, for
I
like.
got you on something really cool.
They were in the 50s, and my great grandmother had them from years ago, and I always found it fascinating. They wouldn't show pictures, but just illustrations of art of what they look like. And then I learned what a rapport is. That's the fish that attach to sharks to feed on any kind of parasites that may be on them.
This is right in your neck of the woods, by the way.
So the future for everyone. Forward.
Well, not really your neck of the
Hello,
woods so
everyone.
much
The
as
depths of the ocean are one of the most understudied
In the Atlantic.
Unfortunately,
This is in the
21st
Atlantic.
century, we have not been able to study the seabed in detail. It is located, by the way, thousands of meters below the surface of the water. However, this is where the most interesting and terrifying creatures on the planet live. In today's video, we're going to talk about the most amazing living creatures in the depths of the sea. Tell us in the comments which of these animals
These
would
things
you
are
like to see live.
fucking
If you have the
awesome.
courage, of course. Let's
So
get
this
on.
is, if I'm not mistaken, off the coast of like Puerto Rico.
A tola jellyfish. This
Look at this
creature
guy.
has never seen the sun, but it glows like a celestial body in the mysterious dark waters of the ocean. The
just
unusual
glow
Atolla
orange.
jellyfish lives in the so-called bathyal zone. That is, between 1,000 and 40,000 meters underwater. In this place, there is no danger,
Yeah.
and the pressure is very high.
My
You can
dad
find
was
this
always
creature in
very
different oceans.
photography.
All jellyfish in this family are capable of emitting flashes of light, but the
Because there's so
Atolla
much
jellyfish
ocean,
uses it
we
for
do not
very original
know
purposes. The
what's
jellyfish begins to emit bright impulses when it's attacked by a predator. This instantly attracts the predator's enemies, other larger fish, to the battlefield. Then the jellyfish takes advantage of the chaos to escape without being noticed. Interestingly, this animal doesn't use its glow for
It's so
hunting.
smart.
Instead, it uses its long trailing tentacle as a fishing rod. Comb jelly.
Look at this guy.
Might think
Oh,
this
yes,
unusual
look at the
creature is a disco ball.
bioluminescence.
He's good. Come on. on, you get this go.
But this is a comb jelly, and even though it looks very much like a jellyfish, it's very different. For example, it has no tentacles, so it swallows its prey through its mouth in one piece, like a boa constrictor. The appetite of this creature is impressive. Under certain conditions, the comb jelly can eat 10 times its own weight in one day. Most importantly, this unusual animal has a
That
semi-transparent,
is probably less impressive
body
than
that glows in the dark
it
like a
is.
rainbow, but it doesn't
Okay,
use
so
photophores
I
like other
understand
deep-sea organisms. The thing is that it combs.
I mean, you eat one fish, and that's 10 times your fucking weight because you're a jellyfish and you weigh like fucking 4 grams.
Much deeper. Sea
Like,
spiders.
you know, look at the
If
sea
you suffer from
spiders.
arachnophobia, you probably know that spiders are afraid of water. They usually don't like this liquid. However, there are spiders that live in the ocean, and their land relatives can hardly compete with them, since their legs can reach up to 50 centimeters. But these animals use their 8 limbs not only to move quickly across the seabed. In fact, it's through the holes in their legs that the sea spiders get oxygen. Over time, these holes become so large that scientists even compare them to holes in Swiss cheese. Sea spiders are a typical example of so-called deep-sea gigantism. Scientists assume that it's caused by the extremely low temperatures in the deep sea. Down there, larger animals have a very slow metabolism. This helps them spend less energy, and therefore consume minimal amounts of oxygen and food. And as you know, these resources are very scarce at the bottom of the ocean. Fangtooth. We are certain you would never want to come close to this creature, even in your dreams. And although its size is not that impressive, the fish is still a terrible predator for many deep-sea dwellers. For example, fangtooths swallow squids and shrimps without even chewing. This creature lives at a depth of about 5,000 meters, so it's still poorly studied. But we do know that it has the longest teeth of all marine animals in proportion to its body. The teeth of adult specimens are so long that the fish can't quite close its mouth. The fangtooth even has special recesses in its head that arise from the fangs. No wonder this fish can sometimes eat fish that are larger in size.
Look at this fucking thing.
Anglerfish. Anglerfish are definitely one of the most famous deep-sea creatures in the world. It is their monstrous jaws that we imagine when we hear about the terrible mysteries of the ocean. Surprisingly, in these spooky
Anglerfish are really freaky. They have a really... Yeah, those are all females because that's the male.
Parasitic lifestyle on the body of their partner.
Yep.
Like many deep-sea animals, anglers have barely been studied by researchers, and there are almost no photographs of this fish in its natural environment, and there is good reason for that. These creatures live at a depth of 800 meters and more. The most recognizable feature of the angler is the special flashlight on its head, which the fish uses as a fishing rod. With its help, it attracts its prey. The most amazing thing is that this part of the body is a special gland controlled by the fish. How? It can be moved by narrowing or expanding the blood vessels. The hunting goes as follows. The angler notices its victim and turns on its flashlight. Then the prey rushes towards the light source and immediately falls into the huge mouth full of sharp teeth. To date, the order of anglerfish includes more than 350 species, but there are likely many more. Using advanced technology, scientists make more and more surprising discoveries. For example, in 2014, scientists at the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute descended to a depth of 600 meters and took the first ever pictures of this creepy fish. Here you can see the humpback anglerfish, which rarely comes close to the water surface. An interesting feature of this fish is that it has a very elastic stomach that allows the fish to eat prey much larger in size. For example, some humpback anglerfish of a little more than 8 centimeters have been found with 12-centimeter eels inside. By the way, a humpback anglerfish was featured in the popular animated movie Finding Nemo. More exactly, when Marlin and Dory are searching for a diving mask in the dark abyss.
Thanks to the old book
The
that
light
my
from these terrible
great-grandma
fish helps the friends read the address where they are likely to find Nemo. Deep-sea dragonfish. The next inhabitants of the ocean's depths can compete with the Joker for the title of the world's creepiest smile. This is the deep-sea dragonfish. Despite measuring between 10 and 15 centimeters, these are bloodthirsty animals. The first thing that strikes us is, of course, the size of their fangs. But if you look closely, you'll notice they're transparent. Why? Some scientists assume that this allows the dragonfish to get close to their prey without...
No, this is a dragonfish.
Isn't it? This allows them not to frighten the prey at the most crucial moments. Also, the fish attracts its victims in a very clever way.
Same order, probably. It's just probably way bigger.
Below the eye sockets. By the way, this fish also knows how to glow. Most likely, this function is used only during the mating period. Now, scientists are carefully studying the composition of the teeth of the fish to try to apply this knowledge to the creation of new materials. If they manage to repeat the composition of the unusual fangs of the fish, which are both transparent and very strong, they could revolutionize the world's industry. Humboldt squid. After seeing the next animal, your life won't be the same. You probably know the cute squids that usually are used in salads and paella. This isn't a creature that makes you shiver, but there are over 250 species of squid, and some of them are truly amazing. The Humboldt squid is a real nightmare for fishermen. We call it the red devil. The reason is that these unusual animals completely change color when they grow.
Look at this guy.
The creature can reach the weight of an adult person, about 50 kilograms, and can grow up to almost 2 meters long. And they usually live at the bottom of the ocean at a depth of 700 meters. However, this doesn't stop people in Mexico and Peru from fishing this squid. These creatures are skilled predators and move in large schools at speeds of over 20 kilometers per hour. They can also be quite aggressive and sometimes show cannibalistic behavior. There have also been reports of giant squid attacking defenseless divers. Tyonius borealis. But don't worry, not all squids look like alien monsters out of a horror movie.
Fuck off, Neil Harris.
Mom wants to see them.
Take a close look at this lovely creature. It looks like a transparent balloon with eyes and a bird's crest. The unusual body helps the squid Tyonius borealis to stay unnoticed in an environment where any shadow or light source can lead to a brutal massacre. These creatures spend their first months of life in the upper layers of the ocean and then dive to the bottom of the ocean. They hunt effortlessly, simply by staying motionless in the water. Usually, smaller fish mistake the squid for a stone, come close to take refuge, and are caught by the animal's strong tentacles. Monsters of the reefs. By the way, not only the seabed is full of strange and frightening creatures, some live much closer to the surface, and now we'll show you the most interesting of them. For example, the frogfish of the anglerfish family. Among the sea creatures of this family, this is the only creature that lives on reefs and not in the dark depths of the sea. There are more than 150 species of frogfish, and all of them have a very unusual appearance, which helps them disguise. Some, for example, look like a rock infested with algae. Others are like a big red troll. Frogfish lead a fairly sedentary lifestyle, so to speak. That's why disguising is important for survival and hunting. Perhaps the most interesting feature of these creatures is the lower fins they use to walk on the bottom of the water, as if they were four-legged mammals.
Look at that.
We're sure that you've never seen such
Whoa.
a strange shark. Carpet sharks are found in shallow
Carpet
waters
shark.
and boast excellent stealth skills. In just a few seconds, they hide among the coral reefs. It's not surprising that many carpet sharks attack humans who unknowingly step on their bodies. It's very difficult to notice this sea chameleon underwater. Bobbit worms may seem a little bit unpleasant, but harmless. However, they're not. Actually, you're only seeing a small part of their body. The other 2 or 3 meters of the body are hidden under the sea mud, waiting for the unsuspecting
Yeah, up to like
victim.
9.5
Once the prey is
feet.
near the worm, it grabs it, paralyzes it with a toxin, and drags it into its burrow.
Snap.
Gotcha.
Fortunately, there are no such worms outside the water.
Tremors.
But yeah, like, deep sea's actually pretty crazy.
That's why I would never want to be on the ocean.
There is one group of creatures that has dominated the oceans for 450 million years. A time during which sharks have had the opportunity to adapt and diversify into an array of weird and wonderful species. Many, like the well-known great white shark, have
The
adapted
one
to life in the
movie
open
where
ocean
that wasn't Jaws when I learned what sharks were was Deep Blue Sea.
But the deeper you go into the gaping void of the
I've always been in love with sharks, but that's because I discovered sharks in National Geographic. I didn't discover them through Jaws. I didn't discover them through any movie. And even after, like, seeing them, it didn't put me off of them. Like, yeah, that's his water. That's his home. You know what you are to him? Me. He's a shark.
Well, I was 5 years old. I
Dinosaurs.
didn't know any better.
mindless killers.
Yeah, no.
Sharks are far
I loved sharks when I was 5. Like, I didn't care about dinosaurs anymore. Dinosaurs were played out. I wanted sharks. I wanted crocodiles. I wanted Komodo dragons.
The various habitats of the ocean.
Dinosaurs are still cool, though.
Wait, what?
Dinosaurs are still cool. though.
Yeah, but I mean,
Imagine
like,
sharks like blue sharks, makos, and great
sharks are
whites
living
exhibit
dinosaurs. Crocodiles are living dinosaurs. Komodo dragons are living dinosaurs.
and bluish-grey so that they can blend in with their environment.
Let me see.
But these sharks represent just the tip of the iceberg.
Look at this. You know that one right there with the tail. Did you see the one with the crazy tail, the crazy long tail? You know what they use that tail for? They run up to a school of fish and they whip it, and it turns into a pressure wave, and it stuns a ton of them. And so the shark just swims around and eats up all the ones that were stunned.
Oh, so it isn't a thrashing shark.
No, it's a whip.
The evolutionary history of sharks
And just fucking stuns them.
dates back to the late Ordovician period.
It's crazy.
450 million years ago.
This guy is profoundly boring. What the fuck are they called? I think they're called whiptail sharks. Thresher sharks, that's what they're called. Look at this fucking guy.
Perfectly designed to devastate
Tail.
its prey.
How was that?
Their wing for several
Yeah,
hours,
Thresher, you were right.
never appears.
I love this.
For now, the sardines have nothing to fear. This swarming behavior of small fish might have evolved as a defense against predators, perhaps to confuse them. But in the arms race between predator and prey, the thresher shark
God,
has
that's
evolved its
gorgeous.
amazing whip-like tail. This behavior
It's
is
not from a monster.
Look at that.
The beach, the ocean.
Whap!
not at the high speed this team hoped for.
Oh,
Whap! Look at that fucking guy.
And scoops up the stunned and dead prey. A far more effective hunting technique than chasing single fish. Scientists believe the strike happens like this. The thresher speeds toward the schooling fish and uses its tail like a whip. First, it rotates its pectoral fins down to stop short. The tip of the tail may reach speeds of 50 miles per hour. Bubbles rising from the tip indicate a shock strong enough to diffuse gas out of the water.
That's insane. I love sharks.
my mom does too. She's always liked it. She loves the ocean. She loves the beach. She grew up on it.
I miss swimming in the ocean. I really miss it.
Now, hey, how much money did you
The Gulf is just gross. Or at least in Galveston, it's pretty gross.
Drilling the sea. Bigger, isn't
I want to swim in the Atlantic again. I want to swim in the Pacific again.
Creatures aren't dangerous at all. The blue whale is the largest animal on the planet, weighing as much as 33 elephants, and all it is krill. It's like eating a 1 centimeter piece of pizza. And the whale shark, despite its menacing name and 40-foot length, only eats plankton and small fish.
Yeah, they're hard.
So,
They're
what
so
does it
cute.
really take to be
They
at the top
do.
of the ocean's food chain? Specialized hunting skills, a ferocious appetite, and few, if any, natural predators. Oh, and sharp teeth don't hurt either.
Look at that fucking dolphin. Doom dolphin, not killer whale. Doom dolphin. Way cooler name.
When you think of the top
Oh,
ocean
it's
predators,
scarred
you
up.
probably think of sharks.
Oh yeah.
I've seen some
The true
trials
word
as
sea
well.
is the killer whale. Surprisingly, they're not whales. They're dolphins. It's hard to believe that a cute animal like a dolphin is ruling the ocean, right? Anyway, we're going to explain this in the next minutes of the
Well, they
video.
both have blowholes.
Killer whales are
They're
full-blood
Well,
predators.
yeah,
They
because
have no natural
whales and
predators.
dolphins
They
are.
live in packs, much like wolves, which are also
It's hard to
predators.
explain. They're both the
Most
same
often
kind
come
of
across
species.
killer
They're both
whales, which feed
they're both
predominantly on
whales
salmon,
technically,
but we
but
occasionally spot transient orcas.
whales have different type of teeth and strategies than
other whales. Gluttonous thing. If you have any doubt about the killer whale's apex
killer
status, consider this. Wildlife watchers off the coast of California witnessed an orca attacking a great white shark. Of course,
Yep.
the orca won. No contest. Interactions between the two typically do not end well for the shark.
nope, because they'll drag them backwards.
The first reported interaction between a great white and orca was
They'll
documented.
grab them and they'll drag them
The orca
backwards and
killed the
drown
great
them.
white shark and ate its liver. Removing the liver and leaving the rest of the body is quite consistent behavior for orcas. In 2017, 5 great whites
Fucking
washed
weird.
ashore in South Africa with similar signs. The livers had been removed with incredible precision, and orcas are believed the most likely culprit. Oh, it's absolutely terrifying. Orcas are
Just do
highly
it for the fun of it.
intelligent
Fucking creeps.
and work in groups when they hunt.
Oh, God.
Their very presence, even when brief.
We saw a
Like-
performance at SeaWorld that day.
When the great white
That's
sharks
torture.
do not
That's
hunt
Well,
awful.
animals,
Like what
again,
they do
they don't.
there.
members of their
Well,
prey
they
do not
haven't
decline as they
anymore.
normally would.
This was
I
in
know.
2009.
They have fixed quite a bit, but they're still doing some pretty questionable shit there.
Of the ocean now.
They're not.
Why are orcas called
They need to start actually putting their shit towards
Are they
like
swimming in the
stuff.
ocean with guns and killing everyone? No.
These things are
Let's
so
explain
fucking
why.
crazy.
Dolphins and whales are closely related. Orcas were given the name killer whale by ancient sailors' observations of
Alright,
massive
hold
orcas
on.
hunting and preying on larger whale species. They called orcas assassina veganas, or whale killer, a term that was eventually flipped around to the easier killer whale. Their Latin name, Orcinus orca, also reflects this observation of orcas feeding on large whales. Orcinus means of the kingdom of the dead,
Oh.
and orca refers to a kind of whale.
Apparently, on Wild Boys, they were the first of the many zoologists to capture footage.
Yep.
I bet the zoologists were jealous saying, these idiots caught this and we've been working hard to find it.
I'm Richard Branson, and I have a
Good
once-in-a-lifetime.
God, he aged.
Would you like to travel to Spain?
No, man. Of course, Pacific Northwest.
We're in whale soup. There's one thing about a doorbell. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? That was unbelievable. Oh my god, I'm shaking.
I've seen that.
I love this fucking one. Just swims up and just. Fucking killer whales are just evil. Everything about them is just awful. They're just perfect killing machines.
Yes,
There it goes.
Yes.
Smack. Fucking nuts. Damn it. What's another fucking crazy animal like? Oh no, I'm like fucking falling asleep, so I'm going to bed. I'm out of here. I can't hear you at all.
I gotta get my sleep back on track.
Yeah, no, I'm going to bed. Oh shit, look at that tit. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, dooby-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. And we are live. Whoa, that was fast. Hi. How are you today? Oh, thank you. We just went live after hanging out in Morgan's stream. Morgan's going to bed. He's tired. Hello. How are you? Good, just chilling. See, I get to do that for the first time in a really long time because I haven't really been smoking, and now I have a lot of weed. So I'm really happy. I'm really good. But we're gonna have a weird night tonight because I'm feeling ooky spooky, and I'm thinking we should watch some horror series shit. Yeah? Okay. So, yo, what's good? JJ Med? Heather! Hello. We're gonna do some ooky spooky dookie. Ooky spooky dookie. Mary. Fuck off. Minnesota homeowners. I'm a renter. It's like, not the best way to go. Do I know you? I feel like you've been in here a bunch, but I don't really know you. You always just come in and just be like, oh, join me! Yeah, no, I'm not about to do that. Oh, shit. Hello?
I was
What's
I was
good?
putting up dishes earlier, so I missed
Oh,
one.
That's okay. And here's the thing. We got an interesting one tonight. So, I'm feeling spooky. And this one's actually pretty good. So it's called Hi, I'm Mary Mary. I know, like, you were doing your own shit earlier with that anyways. We already saw the first one, so we're going to start up on the second one. Whoop. Actually, this will be easier. How do I get back? Back. This will just be easier. What the fuck? Okay. Ba-da-ba! Who's that zero guy?
He might have turned in.
Might have. That's okay. We're gonna do spooky stuff. Spooky stuff.
Back in October, I included a channel by the name of Hi, I'm Mary Mary in my Halloween special. Back at that point in time, the series was still getting itself off the
Shit.
ground, and so I left you with an open-ended take in order to drive some traffic over there, since it's been so well done.
It's super
The
well
series
done.
has very much evolved since then, and a lot has played out, leaving me with some theories that I'd like to share with you regarding what this actually is. Tonight, we're going to touch on the major questions surrounding this channel. What exactly is happening in each video? Who is each character? And what is the significance of all of this? I hope you're ready, because it's time to dive into Hi, I'm Mary Mary. For ease of clarity, I'd like to give a preliminary introduction to the major characters and locations that we'll be referencing back to. Throughout this video, aside from Mary, we'll be referencing characters
I
that
just
are
learned a new trick.
Shadow Mary, the Shadow Man,
Shadow
the
Man.
Darkness, Maria, and the Woman in White. Major locations that I'll be referencing are the house and the garden. The first 4 videos that we'll be touching on will focus on character introduction and world building, so be on the lookout for all of these.
Hello. Spooky.
The first video in the series is titled Hello. In this, we're basically set up with a story that Mary is living alone in what she dubs is a copy of her parents' house. She claims that she's unable to leave and has no capability of interaction with the outside world. She's, strangely, alone on the internet and fully believes that she's presenting these videos to nobody at all. She's quite bored and drums up various mundane activities to keep herself occupied.
She does
In
it.
the video's conclusion, though, things begin to take a dark turn when she claims that things are different at night.
Yeah, no. Hi, I'm Mary Mary is really good storytelling.
That ending is when we're introduced to our first major antagonist, Shadow Mary. We'll be seeing her quite often throughout this series. The second video is titled Dislike This, and the description reads, "What is so funny? Is it my face?" In this, Mary informs us that the house strangely restocks itself with food, so she won't go hungry. Also, she won't smell, and the lights only work at night. Sometimes. Midway through the video, we're introduced to our second major antagonist, Maria. Maria seems to endlessly laugh at Mary, taunting her in the mirror with a sort of perfect mask that she will wear throughout the entirety of this series. It's evident that it gets to Mary, since right after we see Maria, Mary resorts to cutting the head off of one of her photos. Maria also seems to be plaguing Mary's mind, and this is shown when she's trying desperately to sleep but is unable to do so due to the endless laughter that fills her ears. The video then closes with the phrase, "I want to break all of the mirrors." In Good Night, we follow Mary through some mundane activities as she tries to desperately keep herself occupied. It's evident that the house is beginning to get to her, since she claims that she's exhausted. The description of this video reads, "Paralyzed with fear, I looked into its face and I felt empty, cold, and numb. I felt dead.
I'm so tired. There's no sense in being positive. We'll touch on what she means by this in a second. For now, I want to show you this scene where Mary seems to be crafting. It seems that she's making a collage of multiple people that also bear her name, but not herself. This will tie into a major theory that we'll dive into later. At the end, Mary appears to be attempting to rest, however, is interrupted by our first encounter with the Shadow Man.
Yes! This guy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Whoop. This is how you do horror.
He seems to be someone that looms over Mary, but strangely doesn't lunge into and harm her. We'll be seeing him quite a bit throughout this as well. In this one, we're greeted with Mary hypothesizing that the lights won't help at night. She's seen traversing around the house in order to make sure that every light is on. When she gets to the last room, though, she's greeted by the Shadow Man who freaks her out. Right after this, though, she claims that the light actually does not help at night, and that the haunts in her house will carry out their torment no matter what. The end of this video gets quite interesting as well. Things begin to move on their own, and Mary begins to freak out, repeatedly claiming, "No, not again."
Hey, it's Tim! Hello! We're doing spooky stuff. Aw, thank you. Yep, we are here today. Heather's getting ready for some real spooky. She just got freaked out by the Shadow Man. Now she's about to get freaked out by the actual darkness. Yeah! Mary is dope. Look, see, it climbs in. Yeah. So good.
This is our first introduction to the darkness. It seems, at the end, to overtake her completely before she blacks out, ending the video.
So this is Hi, I'm Mary, Mary Explained by Nightmare Expo. However, I would recommend the actual series itself as a late night watch for fun. And the name of the series is Hi, I'm Mary, Mary. And it is phenomenal. Oh my gosh, it is so
University
good.
of Phoenix. We support
We're
you with
gonna
career
skip
coaching for
that.
life, including personal branding, resume.
Skip. Hit the wrong screen. Oh, it's so good. It's such a beautiful story, too, because it is so well done.
House in total darkness. She claims that everything just got so much worse, and the reason for this will be touched on momentarily. Mary then encounters Shadow Mary, who promptly begins to
Shadow Mary, so scary. Poet, didn't even know it. That's a kitty. Dust Cat. I don't think that's her name. Ooh.
When she finally stops banging on the door, Mary opens it up and begins quietly looking around. Once the light pans over Shadow Mary once more, she lunges at the camera before the video cuts to daylight and ends. This is significant at this point in the series since this is the first instance of the day-night cycle being disturbed. Since the house is so vastly different during the day versus at night, this natural interruption eventually seems to take a toll on Mary later on in the series. In this one, we see Mary lounging around the house again. This time, she's making a map with notes on where and where not to go at nighttime. She claims that she's slowly gaining confidence to talk to us. However, she quickly shrugs it off as nonsense, and she has no contact with anyone in the outside world at all. Another notable thing that we see her do is what's called her hourly check. She will periodically check the doors and windows to see if they're still locked, in sort of a desperate attempt to check if she can finally escape. Unfortunately, that isn't the case, since anytime she does, they're always locked. We then begin to periodically see shots of Mary doing makeup. This is highly significant for one of the theories that we'll be touching on later as well. Particularly, the end scene that just might tell you everything that there is to know about this episode.
good spooks.
The Mexican strangers.
I'm doing well. Oof.
It seems that Maria is getting to Mary pretty badly, and the end vid shows that Mary is unfortunately in denial, since she claims that I'm doing well, when she clearly is not.
Ba-ba-bum. Sleepwalker and Discovery. Woo!
In Sleepwalker, not much happens that hasn't happened already. We see Mary messing around with the Shadow Man, almost in a playful way. She talks to him before they begin running around the house. The ending takes an interesting turn, though, when Mary is on her laptop after taking a rest. He begins to loom over her, before finally lunging into her for the first time, before the video ends. In Discovery, we greet Mary as she's hiding from Shadow Mary at night. We see her very eerily walk downstairs before we go down with her. Once we're down there, we see together a second look at the Shadow Mary chase from earlier. In this, she finds her downstairs in the laundry room. Shadow Mary begins telling Mary that she's worthless, trying to get to her before initiating a chase, sending Mary sprinting upstairs and into a closet door that thrusts her into an underwater area. This is when we discover the garden.
Now we get to the fun stuff where it's like light and happy.
This episode is slower than the others, for good reason. The majority of the video shows Mary relaxing in an outdoor setting. The captions through the video tell a narrative.
I'm starting to feel the Strangers film vibes.
This is the garden, and this
Not
represents
quite.
the only area of solace that Mary's able
That
to
movie is scary, too.
I mean, it's a slasher.
Everything seems to be going
Well,
well.
it's the
until the very
suspense.
end.
This is a nuance about
Almost as if
anxiety, depression, bipolar, and then the garden